admire about you. And this could be any kind of admiration. This could be physical admiration. This could be like, you know, just what you do. They admire what you do. This is literally just having people that really, it's like why they look up to you, why they want to be around you. So, kind of like an uplifting thing, because I know some of my readings that I do, a lot of times guides can come down pretty harsh on people. But I do want to try to do something that, because I swear, I know tough love is important, but sometimes I just want to give messages that are a little more upbeat, because I feel like this is just my thing where things get very deep all the time for people. And I know there's people that appreciate that, but at the same time, I want to try to have at least one thing where it's just like really upbeat. So we're going to try this time, but whatever comes out like always. So this is going to be what people admire about you. I'm going to be using the Dream Oracle cards. And the Inner Child Healing Oracle, which this one's my deck I created, and I do have a giveaway for this deck, as well as this bundle right here. Where are you going? But Rose Quartz, Rubellite Tower, Shiva Ice Shell, Aura Quartz, there's Desert Rose in there, as well as Palo Santos. So it's like all those together is my May contest. All you gotta do is subscribe to my YouTube and leave like a little jewel emoji to let me know like what video is your favorite video, so I know you're entering the contest. And that's how you enter. For those of you that are already following me on here and commenting in the chat, you would actually get another entry, because that's like an extra entry to enter. It's just being on here, following me, and chatting with me. So yeah, so if you guys subscribe to my YouTube, you have 2 entries to get the bundle over here. But we're also going to be using the Spirit Song Tarot. And this is my other deck, the Soul Speak Oracle. And Gaia's Grace Affirmation deck. It's mine also. Thank you. So let me see what crystals I'm going to pull out for you guys. My first group, we're going to do this Amethyst DT. That's smoky. Come on, focus on it. Instead of the ones I have in the background. But this right here is a Smokey Amethyst. And this is going to be our first group's choice. I don't do personals anymore. I actually stopped those in April, because I've just been kind of clearing out energies, to be honest with you. Because I was doing a lot of personal ones, and that all of my readings are very in depth. So when I was doing them, I got extremely burnt out. So as of right now, I'm not doing personals, but that's why I'm doing these ones for free for everybody. Because I need to get myself back, because it's been very heavy energy. But thank you for following, hun. This right here is blue calcite. It's a little shimmery, but you can't see it as well. And I'm I'm gonna do this one. This right here is rainbow fluorite. It has purples and nice little rainbow right there. It has purples and greens going throughout it. And little random rainbows in places that this thing will not focus. Okay, there we go. And random rainbows in little places. So that's going to be our third group. And final group. We're going to do the Rubellite. This is going to be our last group. There. Okay, so these are the choices. What we do is what you're most drawn to. Drawn to more than one, got more than one message coming your way. If you're not sure, you can listen and see what kind of hits home for you. But like I said, this is what people admire about you. It can be looks, it can be the way you conduct yourself, you carry yourself, certain talents you have. There's a bunch of stuff that can come out here. So make sure you're taking what kind of like, you know, the shoe fits. So we're gonna do the amethyst first. Let me stick these guys over here. Okay, so my amethyst group. Let's see. What people admire about you. Well, you guys got food and eating. Now, this is a few things for you guys. For one, people really admire how you take care of yourselves. You might be one of those meal prep kind of people where others are like, I do not have the patience for that. For others, it's more about boundaries. It's like what you allow like around you, and people like respect how you stand up for that, because this is like being mindful of thoughts you're ingesting. This is you really saying like, you know, if you're bringing this kind of shit into my space, I'm not gonna deal with it. This could also be your presence too, because for some reason with me thinking of food and eating, it's making me think of kind of like party setting. It could be you have a certain presence to you that really draws attention, almost like a magnet. So it could be that people just kind of like really admire the fact that you have that kind of draw to you. Yeah, because you guys have like, you're very unique. You have like this alien-like quality. It's very otherworldly. And it's actually, you guys are like needing to learn to accept this. It literally says spectacular phenomenon. Like some of you guys really don't like being treated like that. How can I put this? It's almost like you don't like being treated like a novelty, like this thing that is like just like people talk about it and it's like you're a thing as opposed to a person. But the thing is, they admire how different you are, how you wear your individuality. Like, so like they feel like without a care in the world, but for you guys, you're very aware of it. We have color coming out here. I keep feeling like some of you guys have colorful hair, or you have tattoos. You just have something about you that's very unique that people really notice like right away. Some of you are very flamboyant with how you express yourselves. It could be like the type of clothes you wear. You guys are just, you have a loud presence without trying to be loud. This is like you're just doing what you like and others notice it. Even though you're not trying to be noticed. It's like you're just doing what makes you feel comfortable, but you kind of see just how much you stand out by how people react to you, and it's like you're not trying to get a reaction. You're just like trying to kind of move throughout the world, and you're being seen as this kind of it's like a display in like behind the glass that people are staring at, and it's like you don't want that separation. Yeah, some people are definitely attracted to you guys. Having this this card over here. Some of you definitely are very attractive to people, but it's because of how you carry yourself. Some people fantasize about you. Others just want to be able to get close to you because they feel like there's this thing where you're like on a pedestal. This is telling you guys to embrace this. I feel like some of you really just feel very icky when people are giving you a lot of attention. Could be another reason why people are attracted to you or like admire you is because you don't really need the attention. If anything, you're trying to get away from it. You're probably, even though you pull people to you, you're probably more of an introvert than an extrovert. There's a lot of power in your voice because you don't really assert yourself in the same way as others. Like, you don't need to be loud to be heard. Like, you can just say something a certain way and people like kind of look differently than the person that's over there making a big spectacle of themselves. It's like you can quietly make a statement, and that's something that's really admired as well. And then we have Guide coming out for you guys. So, like I said, some of you really just have this like natural energy where people kind of want to follow you around. If you guys don't have a platform, I feel like if you did, it would be something that would pull people in, because it's almost like I said, like a magnet, and people admire the fact that you're different. And it's not like you're necessarily trying to make a statement and be different. It's more like just how you see the world, and you're walking around in it with how you like you feel best being yourself. You're trying to walk around with what makes you the most comfortable, and people are like, well, we want to go do that too. And some of you might get very annoyed by the imitation thing that some of you get. And you have Chase over here, and this is embracing the person you see in the mirror. Like I said, some of you guys are over here like, I don't like being people's novelty, weird, unique thing. Like, it gets on my nerves, and it's like, that's not really what it is. It's just people are pulled to you and they don't understand why, and it's because you have a different kind of flavor to you. I'm saying that, and there's food over here. You have a different flavor to you, but it's not necessarily something that's crazy loud. Like, even if your clothes are loud, even if your hair is loud, you have tattoos, piercings, whatever it is, you're personally more of a quiet person. You have just a presence, and you don't really exert it that much, but people find you mysterious and they get very attracted to you. Definitely having this, I'm telling you, some people just fantasize about you guys. You are always protected. So, like I said, you guys really have a presence, and it's softer. Even if your look is loud, you're softer. People get very protective over you. Simply because, I mean, you guys might have that thing where, because you're quieter, people feel they need to stand up and say something. Even though they don't have to. You might not even care about what's going on, but it's almost like that meme with like must protect like kind of thing. It's like like protect the small little cute thing is pretty much what this kind of energy is. Even if you're not small and cute, you could be like 6'8" or something and have like this demure energy to you that's like very sweet and kind, and people are like must protect the big person that has the sweet little personality, even though you look like you could stomp somebody. It's like this kind of energy really draws people in and makes them very protective of you. And people like admire that too, because hey, I want people wanting to protect me too and talking and caring about me like that. And you guys got your gifts are tied to your healing. See, this unique energy you guys have is very healing for other people. Like, not just for yourself. Like, you're learning how to heal yourself by expressing yourself. That's why you're not necessarily going out and shouting, like, to the world everything you're doing. It's like you're doing it more to express yourself and understand yourself. And it's healing you, but at the same time, it's drawing people to you. Because when you're healing, your energy shifts and you start pulling in different types of people. And these people are obviously getting very protective of you because they just like, you know, who you are. Like, they are very drawn to who you are. This could be easily like, you know, how certain famous people feel with their fan bases. It's like you heal them through what you create. So they're like, I'm going to protect at all costs. Like, make sure they're safe kind of energy. And you guys have also, come back here. You can love all of you while releasing your pain. Now, this is a big thing to be admired for because people can see that you've been through a lot. And even if they don't know this about you, it's almost like when they talk to you, you have a wisdom to yourself because of things you've been through and because you've learned what it means to work through these things. And if you're not here yet and you're learning to express these things, what's happening is you're drawing people to you that are seeing your change. They're seeing you turn into this butterfly out of like a cocoon that you've kept yourself in, and that's what's pulling in people. It's why they're admiring you for being able to go through certain things and still have this very sweet demeanor to you and not be hardened to what's happened. It's like, you know that there's parts of you that you love because all of the colors make the painting. It's not just one thing. And don't let others' opinions dim your light. You guys definitely, like I said, you guys don't like being a novelty. And the thing is, like I said, you guys have a bright thing. Like, you pull people to you even if you're introverted, which I feel like with this introspective energy, you guys are more introverted, even though you really have a unique way of showcasing yourself. It's more for yourself, and it's not like you're going out trying to get other people's opinions of how you do this. You're doing this because it makes you comfortable, but it's like literally it pulls people to you. Some people are literally very attracted to how you do this thing. They don't understand how you do it and they're just attracted to it. Other people just really want to get to know you so they can understand like the inner workings. Like, why do they feel the need to showcase themselves this way? There has to be something deeper. Like, what's behind the tattoos? Like, what does that tattoo mean? You could get like a lot more people trying to understand the deeper recesses than just the superficial. And you have embrace your shame. You guys definitely, you've been through a lot, and that's probably also why you have people that are very protective over you. And like, you guys have this thing with healing and loving all of yourself and embracing your shame. Like, you guys have this thing where you guys have been working really hard. and it shows. Um, it's still really painful. Like, some of you might be very raw, you working on these things, but people are becoming very attracted to the fact that you're embracing every aspect of yourself instead of turning away. It's like it's showing this courage that really attracts people. And plus, there's certain people that just admire you so much for it. Like, they want to learn from you. They want you to lead them, and you're over here like, I'm not a freaking leader. I'm just trying to figure out my own shit. And it's like turning into this thing where people come to you for advice and you don't know why, because you feel like you're a mess trying to go through all this kind of, especially when people are feeling kind of attracted to you. You're not knowing why, because you're feeling like you look in a hot mess sometimes. But it's because they're attracted to your energy. They might find your looks very like cool and everything, but there's an allure to you that's different. And then you have allow yourself to breathe. Yeah, like I said, you guys just have an allure to you. Some of you, it's just you enter a room and people like when they when they see you, it like really catches attention. You guys just kind of have that. But it's like I said, a lot of you are very introverted and you need your space. Because this allowing yourself to breathe is almost like you guys like your you time, and you being that kind of nature also makes people admire you, because it's like some of them really feel the need for having people around them, where you're over here like, I need space. And people, like, some people are very into that. Like, some people are very attracted to people that are like, I just need my space. I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed having all this, like, world around me. Others are like, I just want to get that way to where I don't need people around me constantly. Like, they admire the fact that you're comfortable enough to be with yourself and you're wanting to have your space. You're wanting to have your time to meditate. And then we have you are worthy coming out too for the bottom. You guys have gone through so much of embracing different parts of yourself, and it's pretty much like this big journey of discovering your worth. Some of you could have dealt with going through different things where your weight really affected how you felt worthy of things, like, eating disorders and stuff. But it's almost like you overcame a lot of things and you found your worth and what makes you comfortable, and that's very admirable. My words. But it's very admirable, because people are looking to you as like a mentor, or someone that's like, a light that's showing that things can get better. And some of you don't take to heart what other people say. I feel like some of you really don't, because you more rather pull away from people that have messed up points of view than allow yourself to be around them, because it's suffocating and you don't like dealing with it. Some of you have really learned your worth through boundaries, or you're starting to. If you're getting into this, like, you're learning that your peace of mind and your time is to be protected and respected, and that makes people admire you too, because they're learning how to do that. So let's see. What comes out in tarot? So we have the shadow. If it wants to focus, which is self-empowerment and ambition. Now, I mean, this is kind of what I've been telling you guys already. Like, you guys have really been working hard at this. This is a whole lot of you being able to take back your power. If you're not already like in this, you're like working on taking it back, and it's like this empowerment type energy. It could be why you're changing your look and attracting different people to you, because this is what you're starting to identify with more. It could be that what you're changing is just what your goals are and what you want to do and what's important to you, and that's drawing in a whole new okay, cards flying away, drawing in a whole new crowd itself. Also, you guys have the Ace of Acorns with creative force and confidence. Some of you are really enjoying this new. Did more than one fall out? I could have sworn more than one fell out. Okay. But some of you are really enjoying this, like you're getting confidence from this new change to your appearance or to how you're carrying yourself, what you're working through. For some of you, you're getting confidence because you're allowing yourself to create more. Like I said, for some of you, it could be literally like creation and expressing. And people are pulled to what you're actually putting out, like creative wise. We also got the 9 of Crystals, which is security and abundance. There is definitely, some of you, the reason you're starting to pull some people in is the way you look and carry yourself. For one, it has that confidence that, like, you know, you being secure in what's going on, but it makes you seem very abundant. Like, you're abundant with knowledge, with wisdom. Some of you, you're abundant with life experiences. This doesn't necessarily have to be money, but some of you, from doing this, you could have came into money, or maybe you're going into money, or this was something that you did yourself, like you created your own wealth yourself, and this is attracting people too. Just be careful if people are getting attracted to you purely because of money, because you don't want people coming in and trying to take from you by making you feel like you're not worth it. Like, you guys are definitely worth it after going through all this. And then we have the 9 of Acorns with power and perseverance. You guys definitely pushed through some bullshit. Like, you went through a lot. And you're probably still going through a lot. Oh, I said that and this decides to pop out. I said you're probably still going through a lot. And I was literally talking about how you guys are coming out of a cocoon. This is transformation with transition and liberation coming out here. Quite literally, some of you are in the midst of this, and this is why, like, you don't understand the attention you're getting, because, like I said, some of you are feeling like a mess. But what people are seeing is the energy, because you're changing things, because you're working through this stuff. You're changing your attitude about things. You're finally allowing for different things to happen. You're going through the transition. Now, like I said, you can be feeling a mess, but other people are getting slowly pulled in by this shift in energy, purely. And it's really causing a stir. You also have the 5 of Crystals. Come on, you're gonna zoom into the ladybug. But this is persistence and new possibilities. Whatever you guys have been, like this ambition energy, whatever you guys have been really fighting towards, it's gonna pay off. Some of you, it's where this money's coming from. Like, you got like these new opportunities and things that kind of showed up, and you're like, okay, you know, and it's making you change the way you look at a lot of things. This also, has to do with some of you might be having some new love possibilities coming in here. Like I said, you're pulling in some new people. Just make sure these people have good intentions, because if they're coming in because of a glow up, I mean, obviously they can be attracted to your energy because they have good energy too. But just make sure they have good intentions. And then we have the Queen of Crystals with comfort and prosperity. You guys, yeah, you're really getting into this energy, and Queen of Crystal energy is very abundant. Like, you have abundance over here too, but very generous. Like, you might be someone who is generous with your knowledge and your time, and that's, like I said, this guide thing. Like, people really admire you for being a mentor or being someone that helps them realize and learn. Some of you could even be teachers in different forms, however that looks, but people really admire you. And you guys have these that came out together. So you have the Eight of Shells and the Page of Crystals that came out here with quest, renewal, and ideas and discipline. So yeah, it makes me feel like you guys went on a vision quest almost, where you guys really worked through some heavy shit, and now people are seeing just how you're pretty much putting your nose to the grindstone. You're really like coming up with a bunch of ideas, a bunch of unique energy, because you're finally learning to express it. Like I said, you guys have creative force over here. You guys are definitely getting into this kind of flow energy, and it's abundant too. It's very abundant energy. But just like I said, be careful and make sure, like, from how some of these people are being attracted to you, make sure that you're being discerning about who you're allowing in your circle, because you didn't go through this glow up and working on yourself as much as you have to like pull in some people that are just trying to use you for your abundance, so to speak. And then we have the Five of Shells with hope and readjustment. So yeah, you guys are like a beacon of hope, pretty much. Also, you guys are really adaptable, and people really admire you for how you can just adapt to like the craziest situations. Very clever, and you guys just come up with some ideas that really shock the hell out of people for how to get through some things, and that's why people admire you a lot. Okay, this is like the favorite card of the day. This one just does not want to stay in the deck. Be true to your heart's desire. For people, for this being an admiration thing, this is really making me think that people really see you as someone who's really true to what you believe, that you follow it. Now, you might not have always been this way, or maybe you still feel like a mess and not like you're completely doing it, but this is what people are seeing. They're seeing someone who's following what they want to do, and they really admire the fact that you're going after it. Like I'm saying, you guys can be feeling like a hot mess underneath, but people are not seeing that. They're just seeing this crazy growth. Like I said, this crazy growth, your gifts are awakening. They're just seeing like this rapid development that you're going through and feeling like, damn, can I do that? It's like they're asking you how you did it, and you're like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, you guys like really have this energy to set yourself free, and you are safe. You guys definitely went through a lot with learning this. And some of you still are, because you're still in the transition where you're learning to free yourself from these things, and you're allowing yourself to feel safe in situations. You're feeling safe with showing your true self. you feeling safe doing this is definitely what's attracting some people, like you feeling comfortable doing this. Because some of you, this embracing your shame has to do with actual sexual hang-ups that you have, or sexuality. And feeling safe to express this is definitely making people either admire you and feeling that you're very brave, or it's making people very attracted to you. Okay, we got embrace your light and don't dim your light. Like, you guys already know that it's important for you guys to stay true to what you're doing no matter what's happening, even though it's hard. And people really admire you for staying true to what you want to do, even if people come in and say certain things. This is that you are protected thing. The people that really admire you really stick up for you if people say shit. Like, they get very protective. And like I said, you guys just need to keep trusting yourselves. You guys have very good you have very good intuition and discernment. So if you're feeling someone's coming in and trying to use you, trust yourself. Don't sit here and be like, I think I'm being harsh. You guys know you've been through more than enough. You've been around the block way more than one time. And just trust that what you feel is what's going on, because you guys have been through too much to allow yourself to have people come back in purely because, like, you know, you're glowing up and doing better. And plus, like I said, these people coming to you are filling your energy. Like, having, like, soul family come in is basically an energy of people are connecting to what you're doing. And these people want to see you be the best you possible. So let's see. So we have desperate. Respect starts with valuing your energy and time. Like I said, you guys, this is what I'm saying. People admire you because you are putting up boundaries. You're not desperate for other people's attention. Like, you've learned that your energy and time should be reserved for what you want to do. And if you're, like I said, if you're still getting there and you're not quite completely in this space yet, people can see that your energy is shifting from needing approval. It's like you're working on that. And then we have cycles with something will not stop repeating, but what are you doing differently? And this is what people are noticing. It's like they're seeing that possibly they're doing something over and over again. You're being a mirror. And that's another thing that people admire about you, is they're seeing what they are doing that they need to get better with through what you're mirroring to them. There's a lot of things you're stopping because you're choosing to change your energy. Like I said, you're moving from this need of acknowledgement into changing your energy, and it makes people react to you differently. So when you come in, your energy is different. Even people that used to know you, like I said, if you're entering a room and people are paying attention, maybe people used to not pay attention. Maybe you were a wallflower and felt like you didn't have a right to space, and now you're learning that your time and energy is valuable. So if you're going to be somewhere, it better be worth your damn time. And that's like a different energy to have going in somewhere, and it catches attention whether you're realizing it or not. So you're actually breaking cycles and bringing attention to other people that, hey, they're still stuck in some same old stagnant energy. You guys got trust again. Like, baby birds know they have wings, and when they are ready to leave the nest. You straight up, you guys, like I said, you're either, you've done this and you're just like, I thrust myself out into the world and I'm trusting my instincts and doing this thing, or you guys are stepping into this and working on it. even if you're feeling like a hot mess, like you guys are realizing it's time to leave this shit, and the people that are getting attracted to you are just like, damn. Like they think it's hot that you're doing this, and the people that are admiring you being able to move forward from situations and grow how you are just wanting to follow you so they can learn. Like they literally are over here like, I want to learn to know when I need to leave my shit behind too. And you're over here like, anytime's the perfect time to start, pretty much, because you realize that the only reason it wasn't going anywhere is because you weren't doing anything differently. And then once you realize that, you started changing it, and then you notice everything around you is changing. And then we have happiness. Come here. Joy is always with you, so open your senses to everything. Probably another big thing with you guys is that you're a lot more present. You can see the beauty in things. And that is definitely something to admire when people are so quick to just jump from one thing to another. They're needing that instant gratification. It's like you can appreciate the small things, you can find the details that are beautiful, and it makes people pay attention. Now, this could also be that, like I was saying earlier, people admire or are attracted to how you look. And this comes down to just how much you pay attention to detail with yourself, and you're not even realizing it. You're doing something you really like that makes you happy, and paying attention to yourself and taking care of yourself, this self-care kind of thing. Like I said, for some of you, people just really admire the fact of how you take care of yourself. But this self-care that you're doing and trusting yourself when your body is saying that you need something, this is really either making you very attractive, or it's making people really admire you, and it's making them want to follow in your footsteps. So this is what I'm seeing for my amethyst group, my Smokey Amethyst. So for those of you that chose, oh, my stuff's falling. For those of you that chose the Smokey Amethyst, Smokey anything, it's pretty much going to clear away negative energies and beliefs and all that good stuff, and it's very grounding, which is kind of like the energy you guys have. Is just like this energy of wanting to work through things, be present, and really love the present moment and what's going on, trying to be like more conscious. Amethyst itself is really connected to the third eye, having that intuitive kind of feeling. Like I said, you guys really need to trust your nudges when you feel like people are coming in that are being more dishonest because they're seeing the glow up instead of being around as, like, you know, honest energy, and just like no matter what you went through being there. And some of you have soul family actually coming in as well, which that is a very spiritual connection, and amethyst is very spiritual energy. So definitely, if you're working on it, keep working on it, keep, you know, pushing through the mud. Don't allow people to tell you that, you know, you're doing your healing in any certain way. You're healing the way you're supposed to, and you're doing a damn good job of it. And you have people coming in that really are going to respect your journey if the people that you're around currently don't understand what the hell you're doing. But definitely, you guys are very unique and striking, either in looks or just in your energy, and it really catches the admiration and respect of other people. But that's what I have for my amethyst. Let's check out my blue calcite people over here. There we go. Blue calcite. Okay, so what do people admire about you? So what do people admire about you? You have bathroom and flushing away what no longer serves you. Just right out the gate. I feel like this is like you guys not putting up with bullshit. You cut things off like you. This is like a fiery kind of energy. Also, some of you take very good care of yourself. Like your grooming is like impeccable. This is making me think of some Virgo impeccable like energy with like taking care of things and paying attention. This is also you guys rid yourself of things that you find toxic. You guys have house and home over here, which is come home to the residence that resonates with your soul. If something does not resonate with you guys, you just straight up cut it. Like I said, you guys have this energy of like, don't fuck with me. And I mean, obviously people that are trying to get into this energy, they really admire it because they're like, you know, I really want to find a way to get to where this person is because they're very comfortable. They feel at home in, you know, getting rid of the toxic people or the toxic jobs, like coworkers, whatever it is. It's like you guys have this thing where it's like, I'm not putting up with it. Life's too short. I am not dealing with this bullshit. You guys definitely got that going on and people admire that. You got flood. Like, you guys don't hold back. You guys definitely let it be known when you are not okay with something. Some of you could definitely be admired for the fact that you really speak up when there's like injustice. If something doesn't resonate with you guys and it's just you feel like it's flat out wrong, you will speak up. Like, a lot of people admire you for the fact that you just like say what's on your mind. You have Angel, which is tapping into higher wisdom. Yeah, this is really showing me you guys get a lot of admiration for the fact that, you know, you have this inner compass. Some of it is very intrinsic. It's like your moral compass that you have that you stay speaking up on. You don't sit here and let shit sit in the toilet, pretty much. You're like, this shit, no, not dealing with it. You express it. You literally, like, people admire you because you can literally cleanse people by expressing yourself. People might also feel you have a very ethereal energy to you. It attracts them, but they don't understand why. They don't know why they're pulled to you. It might not necessarily be a looks thing, though, with the thing I felt over here with this attention to detail and grooming could be looks for some of you, but there's really a quality to your energy that really makes people curious. It's like, even though you're fiery and even though you have like this energy of like this shit ain't right, people still see you as like something that's soothing. And like there's something that's calming about the fact that you're not gonna let bullshit happen. And you guys got these two popped out together. You guys have Animal, embrace your wild side, and Bridge, stay strong and remain connected to what's important to you. So having both of these come out is pretty much like I was saying, that wild streak that you guys have where you just say what's on your mind, you stay really strong in what is important to you. Like, you're very connected to it. Like I said, it feels like an inner compass that you guys can't negotiate. This is not negotiable for you. You guys really have this energy of, I'm not going to sit here and keep the peace with a lie, which a lot of people really admire about you. I mean, even if it means like you lose people, it's like you're going, well, they can just fucking go then. It's like people don't know where you get this strength from to be able to just be like, if you're not adding to my life and all you're trying to do is suck me dry, you can go. Like, people like really admire the fact that you can do this and you have the voice to do this. Like, a lot of people want to be able to do what you do in this respect. Oh my gosh, you guys, you have lottery, which is bet on yourself. The bottom of the deck. You guys definitely have this energy where it's like, you guys know you can get shit done. Like, you can get it done. Like, it does not matter what anyone says. You will bet on yourself before anybody else. You're not going to sit here and let somebody come in and tell you what you can or cannot do. It's like, oh, really? You think I can't? Watch me. It's like, people really admire that about you. It's almost like someone telling you you can't do something, like, lights this fire that is worse than you just deciding to do something on your own. Like, it really, like, fans the flames over here. People really admire how free you are in expressing yourself. Like I was saying, they admire the hell out of this. You're definitely somebody that knows how to, like I said, you guys really stay strong. You stand in what you believe in. You did not do anything wrong. You guys are very confident in the choices you make. That's another thing too. People really admire the fact that you don't have regrets. Like, you do things from a place that is so authentic to you that you're over here like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. This resonated with my core. If someone else doesn't like this, that's on them. And people, like, admire the hell out of that. Like, it might scare the shit out of some people, but they admire it because they feel like they'd never be able to do that. And you have your sensitivity is your strength, coming out with this ocean of emotions over here that you express. You guys, like I said, moral compass. You guys cannot stand by and watch things that aren't okay. Like, you need to say something. And having this empathy and sensitivity is like this, it's a beautiful thing. And people really admire you for it. It's like, it's almost like this thing that people see as a weakness, like this sensitive energy. Like, you guys turn it into like this powerhouse thing. You're like an alchemist that turns this pain and sensitivity you feel for things through like this moral energy you have over here into this advocacy where you just like stand up no matter how big or small it is. It could just be in a group of friends or it could be on a platform, wherever it is. You guys just stand up when something isn't right and you say something, even if it has nothing to do with you. You're just like, I don't like seeing that this is wrong. And if you have someone in your circle that does something that goes completely against your grain, you express it. And if they're not going to change, you're like, well, I'm flushing that shit down the toilet. And it's like people follow you and admire you for the fact that you can do this. It's like they almost feel safe with you because they know you're not going to let anything horrible happen. And you have make your healing a priority. Your priority, which I feel like is what you guys do. You realize that you cannot pour from an empty cup. You're one of those people that go around like, you know, if I'm not taking care of myself, how the fuck am I going to take care of somebody else? Like I said, that bathroom thing is like really making me think of like taking care of yourself. You guys understand the importance that comes with, you know, making sure you're good before going out and spreading yourself thin. Like, you guys have a voice. That's definitely something people admire you about. You already have a voice. You're saying things that people are only thinking. And that is very admirable. And if you're trying to get to this place, like you're working here, like, just know that if you're afraid of how people will react to this, they're going to admire you for it. They're not going to be like, I mean, they're going to be shocked, but at the same time, it's going to be like, holy shit, I didn't know this was in there. Yeah, you guys are, your time belongs to you. You guys are definitely in this energy of don't waste my freaking time. Like, you don't want to deal with lies or manipulation. You guys have probably been through enough of it to be like, nope, you can take that over there. I don't even want to hear about it. Like, you guys really, you have a voice and a half. You might not have always had it. You might have been more soft-spoken at one time, but you guys are definitely developing a voice. And your body is yours no matter what the past holds. You guys are owning your body too. Some of you might have been body shamed or something. Like, this bathroom thing could have been that, like, a younger version of you was like body shamed, and you are just owning things now. You're really owning things, and it doesn't matter, like I said, for you guys, it doesn't matter what you physically look like. People are attracted to your energy. It's very ethereal. It's something they can't put their finger on. And the thing is, your voice is definitely something that attracts people. You might have a very nice voice, but it could also be the intensity with which you express your emotions through your voice, and how you allow the emotions to be in your voice instead of hiding them. Ow! Sorry, I hit my elbow. But it could be, like, some of you obviously could just literally be really owning your body. Like, having that body positivity thing coming out, like, bam, in people's face. And you're, like, living on the edge, the wild side over here. And people are, like, really admiring you for that. Because they're over here, like, feeling kind of like, you know, insecure and stuff, and you're inspiring them to want to be like, you know what, I'm gonna do what I want. And then, see, look at you guys. Like I was saying, you're beautiful. You guys are empowering other people by standing up in this energy and learning that by filling your cup, you're filling others' cups around you. By being comfortable in how you're vulnerable and you're sensitive to the things around you and you express it, that it is not wrong like society teaches, like, you know, you showing your emotions is weak. You're like, oh hell no, it's not, and I'm not wasting my time acting like it is. You guys are really taking back a lot of power, and that's why people are really, like, admiring you, even if they're not saying it. You might have some secret admirers that aren't saying it. But this is definitely, an energy where a lot of people will look up to you and want you around. We have the Knight of Crystals with endurance and determination. My goodness. That was a random thing to come through. For some of you, this is very random. Take it however it resonates. Some of you really have a lot of stamina in the boudoir, whatever. I'm going to stop it there. But that was just random for somebody. But this determination here, like I said, you guys will stand up for what is, like, you don't mess with your moral compass. You went through enough of shit in your lifetime already, past lifetimes, if you believe that way. Whatever it is, you've been through enough where it's like you're determined that you can get through anything and you can say what's on your mind, and it's going to turn out for the best, because that's what's been happening since you started this. And you honestly really stand in that thing of not, nope, I didn't do anything wrong, I expressed my truth. And you got the Eight of Feathers. Once it decides it wants to come in here. But you guys have the Eight of Feathers with courage and solutions. You guys really ain't, this is like a fearless kind of energy, like very bold, fearless energy. And it's not like you're just going around spouting things. It's not like a loose cannon thing. It's more like you see something's wrong and you're like, hey, like, you literally have, like, solutions. Like, you know, you can fix this, but if you choose not to fix this, then I'm cutting this cord here. Because it's like you can see and you can be blunt and forthright with what you see other people need help with. If they want to take the help and do something about it, you're all there for it. You're like, okay, grow into your badass self. But if they're gonna sit there and stay stuck, you're like, dude, I'm not wasting my time. Like, you can find this on your own time. Like, I have my own shit I gotta do. And it's like people are learning what boundaries look like by being around you. And that's what they really respect, is like how they can learn that for themselves. And then we have shaman with divine wisdom and spiritual power. Okay, guys. So some of you are just straight up at... I'm telling you, you guys got some hefty wisdom going on over here. And people are acknowledging the fact that you hold a very powerful presence. You guys taking all this back and being expressive like you are, and realizing a lot of these things that people say are weaknesses, you're realizing just how much of a strength they are. Like I said, you guys have some alchemy going on here. You're really turning these things into some beautiful wisdom, and you're taking it back and making it to your own personal power, and you're finding your freedom in everything. And it's not like being unapologetically yourself doesn't mean you're going around hurting people. For you, being unapologetically you is not backing down and letting others step on you, which is why this is admired. It's not like you're going around just being mean to people. There's a big difference in expressing your truth and trying to force your opinions on people. You guys are more like, just don't try me. Don't try me, don't try to hurt the people I care about, and you're good. Like, it's pretty much what it is. Like, you're very protective. And you guys have the Four of Acorns, if it wants to focus. And this right here is comfort and community. I guess it doesn't want to focus. Okay. Oh, right at the end. Comfort and community. This right here, especially coming out with, making your healing a priority, you understand the importance of community, but you also understand the importance of your own comfort. And that, like I said, you guys are like the advocates of filling your cup first. You guys went through enough of burnout and just emptying your cup for the wrong people, to where it's like you advocate for, like, you make sure that your cup's full and that you are comfortable before giving your energy out to people. You guys are like this with health, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, whatever it is. Like, you guys really have this thing where it's like, you guys need to take care of yourselves. You might be the one in your friends that's like, I can see you dipping here because you're putting all your energy into this, that, and the other thing, and it's really unhealthy for you. Like I said, you guys aren't afraid to speak up and say something for the betterment of people. It's not to put people down. And that's why it's like what you say is respected. It's why people don't just, if people just get pissed, that's when you realize, okay, I'm flushing that, because that's like, there's a big difference in, like, trying to work through things and being upset and just getting pissed and like turning everything off and keep going back to the same things. You guys don't got time for it. You have Page of Feathers with exploration and discovery. So, yeah. You guys don't got time for this. You're having fun. Like, you're figuring things out finally. Because some of you, either you just came into this energy and you're seeing everything it's bringing you, or you've been in this energy and you're just like looking and like having fun and doing things. But because you guys have this like exploring your wild side thing over here, and you have exploration and discovery coming out too. Some of you are garnering admiration because you're deciding to discover different aspects of yourself, and you're not ashamed of it. You're like, hey, I want to explore, maybe it's a different sexuality or something. You guys are all about like figuring out what is you. And that's like very powerful to a lot of people, because a lot of people are scared to really find out who they are. and you're over here like bad shit, good shit, all of it. Like, I'm gonna explore every nook and cranny of it, and I'm gonna find out who I am, and I'm gonna love it. Like, that's how you guys are kind of in the sense right now. That's what you want to do, and people are just really drawn to that. And you guys also have the Three of Feathers with, come on, there we go, release and recovery. Yeah, you guys definitely, you went through something that was, or multiple somethings that were very harsh. And what you're learning is that standing in what really matters to you is how you're learning to recover from it. Because whatever happened, you guys are realizing that is not what determines your worth. You're realizing that that was not the be all end all, and that what really is true is what you understand on this deep down wisdom level, because you're growing spiritually, emotionally, all that stuff. You're growing in all areas, and you're realizing as you change, you can change what you have around you, and you're in control of that. And then bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Feathers with action and focus. You guys are not letting up. You guys are like this purging, sorry about knocking that camera. You guys are like this purging fire type energies, almost like the phoenix rising over here. You guys aren't taking no for an answer over here with your healing. You're just like bulldozing ahead. And this is not saying you're bulldozing over people. This is you bulldozing over your fears. There's a very big difference. And sidestepping, coming out over here. Like I said, you guys are bulldozing through some fears. People are admiring you because you're not taking the easy way out. You're like, there is no, it's like you're very matter of fact. You're like, there is no easy way out. There is work, and then there's running from it. And it's pretty much what you guys are doing. It's like you either put in the work or you're actually running from it, and you're lying to yourself. You're just very honest with that. And you got, you are worthy because you exist, coming out too. It's like you guys are realizing that you don't have to apologize for taking up space. You're coming into this energy where you understand that your unique presence is needed. And merely because you exist, it means you can go after what you want. You don't have to like just give in to the whims of other people because it's the status quo. You guys also have faith. Like I said, you guys have that inner wisdom, you got that inner knowing going on, you got that trust. You're not skirting any issues, you're being upfront. You're telling people like, I know this is gonna happen. You guys don't feel the need to explain yourselves. You don't feel the need to make people come to your side with it. It's like, if you do, you do. You don't, you don't. And people are like really drawn to that. Some people actually find it kind of sexy, to be honest, because you're just like, I'm gonna do me. Your shadow is beautiful. Like I said, you guys are embracing every part of yourselves. Like, you're learning what the healing journey means. You're learning what it means to embrace this energy instead of trying to skirt around it. You guys are just taking it head on. And you're already like, it doesn't matter how long it takes, I'm going to get here. I'm going to get to where I'm okay with this. I'm going to get to where I'm okay with that. I understand I'm not perfect and I slip sometimes, but, you know, I forgive myself for that. It's like you guys are getting really realistic with this. but you're also knowing what it means to when you need to step up your game and when you need to be gentle. It's like you guys are learning balance too. Like I said, you guys have a voice. You guys have a voice and a half. And people really admire that about you. And it's not that you just have one, it's how you use it. People honestly don't know what to think half the time of what comes out of your mouth. And then you are safe. Like I said, you guys have faith. You've been through enough to know that whatever you decide to do, you are protected in this journey. And you learned early on that trying to skirt around the issues just makes things drag out that suck. And you're like, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to clear it out. I'm going to work on it. I know it's hard, but the more I work on it, the faster and easier it gets for me. And you guys are in that flow state where you're realizing the more I don't run, the faster it is for me to work through things. And people like really admire that because it's like, you know, they're still kind of trying to step through this other energy. And you guys have confirmation. Hello, Fuzz. The rose does not need reassurance. The rose does not need reassurance to bloom. There we go. Like I said, you guys, you don't need to be told if you're doing it right or not. You're like, I am gonna bloom wherever the fuck I am. That's pretty much what it is. You guys are like tired of like the trying to go around situations. You wanna, if there's something like talk going on, you guys wanna nip it. Like, I mean, you're gonna go straight to the person, you're gonna talk to them, and like whatever's going on, you're gonna get to the bottom of it because, I mean, you guys are like on point with your wisdom and your intuition and everything. You can tell like bullshit from a mile away. You guys aren't playing. And then you size up whether or not like this is worth your time. And you have independence with allow yourself to bloom even if, come on. Excuse you, you're the only thing on the camera. Allow yourself to bloom, even if you have the garden all to yourself. Which, to be honest, you guys you're doing. You're either working on it or you're currently in this energy and you're, like I said, I don't need no damn body except myself. And the thing is, it's not like you're pushing people away by saying this. What you're saying is, I'm the only one needed for my healing. I don't need to depend on someone else to reassure me that it's okay to heal. It's like, I'm going to heal regardless. And I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to fill my cup regardless of what others say. I'm going to be sensitive. And I'm going to express it no matter what others say. You guys really are learning to stand in that energy and be proud of it. Hey, hun. And then you guys have affection. Allow yourself to be vulnerable and gentle like a warm kiss from the sun. Like I was just saying, you guys are not afraid to be vulnerable. You're not afraid to show your softer side because you know it is a strength. Yes, you speak up. You say when there's something that's not okay. But at the same time, you're also soft, which is why people really admire you. It's like, yeah, you speak up and you say what you have to say, but at the same time, it's not, like I said, you're not going around stomping on people. You're not going around trying to be mean to people. You're just saying things as they are. But you're still very vulnerable. You're still very open. Some of you might openly share what you've been through, and it helps others gain back their faith that they can get through it. So it's really important to understand that having this admiration, even though you might not understand it sometimes, like why people aren't scared off by your outbursts, but it's because they see that it's coming from such a sweet, vulnerable place, and they can feel it in your energy that the reason that this hits something with you is because you care so much and you wear what you care on your sleeve. But you're also very strong in that, and you're not going to allow someone to push you over because of what you believe in. Yep. You guys got the bathroom and you get trash. So be aware of where you choose to litter your soul. This energy is like literally, you guys know your worth. Like I said, you're worthy because you exist. You guys know that you don't want to be throwing your energy all over the place like it's trash. You respect your time. You respect your body. You respect these aspects of yourself that probably took you a while, because this shadow is beautiful energy. It probably took you a while, and now you're not afraid to express it. You're like, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say, like, yeah, I went through this shit. I had these problems, but I worked through them, and now I'm doing this because I want to. I'm saying what I have to because I want to, not because someone's pressuring me, not because I'm supposed to do it. I'm doing this because I want to. And having that kind of energy really gets a lot of respect. And you won't realize it because you're not doing it for respect, you're not doing it for admiration, you're doing it because you're finally feeling free, and you're finally feeling like you can express yourself how you want, and you're finding that freedom very liberating. Which is very interesting that this is the blue calcite, and this was all about having a voice over here when that stone is literally connected to the throat chakra and having this open, clear communication, which this group is just freaking making great strides in. You guys, also, like I said, this isn't like you're blowing up at people. The way you express what you have to say, because blue calcite is very calming, it's very soothing. You guys could stand up and express your truth, but the way you express it is literally you stand up and you're the calmest person in the room, and you just say something matter of fact and you sit back down. You don't cuss, you don't raise your voice. It's not even like you get riled up. You just say something, and it just shocks the hell out of people, because how the hell are they so calm in this situation? And it's literally because you're comfortable with yourself. You know that you didn't do anything wrong with what you said. You know what you were saying was needing to be said, and you're fine with it. You're like, I'm not going to sit here and regret anything, because whatever comes out of this was supposed to come out of it. You guys have that faith. And this is also like this really beautiful connection to being able to listen, like being an open and compassionate listener, which this also comes with you being able to have boundaries, because it means, like I said, you're filling your cup first, so you actually have the room for others. And sometimes people don't know what that actually feels like, to have someone who's an active listener instead of just a sounding board. To have someone that actively listens really makes you feel like you're important. And you guys do that, and people admire it, because you're not just regurgitating things or trying to talk over them and tell your story. It's like you're actually listening and you're wanting to understand. And if they ask you for advice, you have very wise advice. And it's like you really bring this sense of comfort when you speak, instead of feeling like you're overbearing. Even though sometimes you might feel you are, but other people are like, that actually made them feel safe. So that was my blue calcite pile. Put you back over here. So now let's look at, there we go. We're gonna look at my fluorite pile over here. What's going on with my fluorite group? What do people admire about you? We have X. What do people admire about you? But this is saying reuniting with a lost aspect of your soul. So, what this is showing for me is like what people really admire is the fact that you're not afraid to go back and try to uncover stuff about yourself. Because this could mean that you actually have like a dark family history. It could be that you have a dark childhood. Like, this is people respecting your bravery for wanting to go back and recover something that you really repressed because it was painful. This is also people having a lot of admiration for the fact that you're doing something that could get you excommunicated in some way, because that's a word that keeps coming to my mind when I'm seeing X over here. I keep hearing that. So it's almost like you're going to something that really resonates with your soul, even though it scares the shit out of you. It makes you sick to your stomach a lot of times, but you're going back to it. Sorry, I didn't mean to sneeze. But definitely people have a lot of respect and admire you for this. Thank you. And we have email with be mindful of the messages you send. This energy, once again, going back to that admiration, people really admire how conscious you are of your actions, like the ripple effect. Like, people really feel like they can be themselves around you because you're not judgmental. This is almost like the message you give out is that I accept. And having that kind of energy is like people really admire it, because no matter what, they know they can be at whatever messy part of the journey they're at, and you're going to give them the same respect that you give everybody else. It's very level, and you don't place judgment on them wherever they are. And people want to, like, they aspire to be able to do that, because some people are very stuck in judgmental phases. Whereas you're over here just trying to kind of get to your nitty gritty and understand yourself, and you're in no way judging someone else's journey. And that's something that people really like being around you for. It's like it makes them very comfortable. And you have flying. Arise and see a higher point of view. Like I said, you guys really don't have that judgment energy. You're very, hello, my fuzzy camera. But you guys really have this thing where you look outside the box. Like, you try to see the different points of view instead of just saying, you know, like judging the book by its cover. Like, you see someone, I know that they can't do that because of how they look. You guys don't even have that kind of wavelength in your brain. You're just kind of like floating along, and you're seeing things where you're learning aspects of yourself, and you're like trying to understand things, and then that makes you curious about other people. Like, what are they doing? Because I know I'm doing this kind of thing. So I'm really interested, and you're very open, and you're very curious, and you're very accepting, like I said, with how you're mindful about how what you say and how you say it can affect others. It really makes people feel like they can try new things with you. And it's almost like you're a very nice energy to be around. It's almost like it's uplifting. No matter where you are, you're a very uplifting energy. And you guys have computer with upgrade your mental software. You guys are always trying to be the best, newest version of yourself. You're not trying to be somebody else. And that gains a lot of respect. It's like you're trying to find who you are. And, oh, thank you for the follow, hun. But you're trying to be the best version of you without taking anyone else down, without putting anyone else down where they are. Or it's like the only way you might compare yourself is like trying to understand, because it's like kind of like psychological in a way, because it's like trying to understand how the brain works. Because wherever someone else is, if you can see it's attainable, you're like, okay, so how can I change how I'm thinking in order to work through this side of myself? Because they did it. So I know I can, and this isn't in the sense of, like, say, being competitive or, trying to copy somebody. This is more in the sense of your own healing. Like if someone has a similar healing journey or similar background story, it's like you find inspiration in it and you try to find a way that you can use this to help you, a way to create a better version of yourself that makes you happy. And the thing is, people admire that, because it's not like you're going around like spilling a bunch of haterade all over people. If anything, you're wanting to share the wealth with people, because it's like, you know how it feels to you to expand and you want other people to experience it. You have a very giving energy, and obviously people are going to admire that, because there isn't a lot of very giving energy in the world nowadays. And then we have ceremony with honor how far you've come. Yep, you guys definitely, like, you dig out stuff and you really work on healing, like, a lot. Like I said, you don't judge where people are, and you're always trying to go further. And the thing is, other people actually want to honor how far you've come. Like, they really respect it. Other people might actually give you kudos more than you give kudos to yourself, because you're just trying to get better. You're not trying to get this acknowledgement for doing this. It's not like you're saying, hey, I worked through this, look at what I did. It's like people notice it and they say something. And then you're kind of caught off guard, because it's not like you're trying to get attention for it. It's like you're doing it for your own personal growth. And that in itself gets you more respect, because it's like you weren't looking for anyone to pay any mind to it. You're just doing it to better yourself. And you guys have flying and you have airplane coming out with spread your wings and fly. You guys really are more of a free-spirited energy. Very non-judgmental, very open, very loving and giving, and very comfortable, very gentle. You just have a very gentle flowing presence that's very considerate, and people really admire you for it. It's like being it's like being the beautiful, soft, delicate flower that can grow out of the concrete. Is pretty much what it is. Like, no matter how rough your surroundings are, you're still being very gentle and very soft, no matter what the world is doing around you, and people really admire it. And then, I mean, you guys are getting a lot of blue, but your time belongs to you. People really, really appreciate you and the time that you give them. because they know that you have things that you're doing, even though you don't really talk about it. Because you're, like I said, you're not going around trying to get kudos for it. You're working on your stuff. Like, you want to get ahead and upgrade yourself wherever like you see fit as you're learning along your journey. But it's like you are still very giving, and people realize that your time is your time, and they really respect and they are very appreciative of the fact that you keep giving it out so freely, even though you're going along your learning process, because it's helping them. That's why they say things like what you're doing is actually helping them realize where they can soar and actually start spreading their own wings, because you're just kind of like, do you feel like you're kind of fumbling along and you're like I kind of understand this. I'm going to look at what this person's doing a little bit, because I think I might have a little bit in common with them. It's like you're trying to put pieces together, and it's not like you're trying to become somebody else. You're not trying to stifle your identity. You're still like very much connected to your identity. You're very sweet and soft spoken. But at the same time, you are very curious and you want to explore things, but you want to make sure you're not stepping on people. Like I said, you're very mindful and considerate. Okay, music just gonna freaking cut on me while I'm in the middle of doing this. I appreciate it. But let me... There we go. But you guys are definitely very mindful and considerate of people. And they appreciate you too. It's like a give and take thing. Like, people really respect your time and your energy. And this is really sweet right here, because I feel like this is something that you guys help others realize, because these came out together. This is something that you guys help others realize, as well as you're learning it yourself. I feel like you guys are a little harder on yourselves when it comes to this, and you're learning this. But when it comes to other people, you are so kind with this message. So this right here is, you did the best you could, only you know your full story. And these came out together. So this is showing like a heavy kind of energy, and that, no, you did what you could with what you had at the time. And whereas you might be kind of hard on yourself and you're trying to like find out like, how do I heal this? How do I work through these things? When you come across other people that have this, it's like you're very encouraging and you're very selfless when it comes, like I said, you're not judgmental. You know that people can, it's really hard for people to even talk a portion of their story. So how are you going to know the full thing? And how can you be judgmental over someone when you don't even know everything? And that's kind of how your eyes look at the world. Like, people do the best they can at the present moment, and looking back at it and judging it isn't fair. And that's a big thing with you guys, is fairness too, because you guys want everything to be equal. You want there to be balance. And you guys have, there is freedom in expressing your truth. People really, really admire the fact that you talk about your stuff. Even if it's only little bits at a time, any time you share parts of yourself, people really admire it. You might not even realize that what you share is worthy of admiration. You might feel it's something silly. You might feel like it's not really important, but you never know the kind of impact it's having on somebody else. Especially since you're very good-natured and you're not going to be thinking along the lines of something you're saying is actually helping someone work through something that's very dark. Like, you're not even thinking in that realm. Plus, you're showing people just how beautiful it is to express yourself freely. And this came out. Allow yourself to breathe. Yeah, you guys really create a safe space for people. Because this honoring how far you come, allowing yourself to breathe, and this freedom, like, you guys being not judgmental and having such a calming space makes it to where people feel they can let their guard down. They're very much respectful of what you do. Like, they really appreciate what you do. And a lot of them don't really know how to say it. They don't know how to even express it because they don't want to come off as clingy or something when they already know you wouldn't judge it anyways. It's like, it's a very weird thing. It's like they don't want to be something, but they know you wouldn't judge them anyways. But you make them feel safe. You have a very sweet energy that makes them feel safe. It's almost like they can rest in their bodies and feel comfortable. And do not let others dim your light. You guys are very uplifting, because it's almost like I feel like these are messages you bring people. Like, you let them know that, they did what they could, like, shine as bright as you want. I feel like you guys bring these messages to people and you want them to know that, expressing yourself is beautiful. Like, you really give a lot without realizing it. You really don't realize what you're doing when you're doing it. Like, you're just probably feeling like you're talking, but you're actually really lifting people up, and you're helping people feel more happy and feeling more confident in themselves, just because you're doing the things you're doing that to you might seem silly, but it's really creating this beautiful space for people to come into their own and really have confidence in themselves. And then we have your gifts are tied to your healing. So, direct thing there. You guys are very, like I said, you guys are very healing energy. You guys definitely have this easy flow to you that creates healing for other people, and it just gives you so much respect and admiration without you realizing it. Because you don't ask people, like, hey, do you admire me? It's not like you're going to sit there and ask it, because you're not even thinking about it. You're just kind of doing what you do. You're going about your life. You're learning to be the best you can and trying to be considerate. And it's like you're not realizing that what you're using, like, these are your gifts, and you're using it to heal yourself. But through doing that, you're healing other people. And people love you for it. Like, this isn't just admiration. People genuinely love you because you are such a very sweet, giving energy. You teach people what it means to, like, be loving. And then we have the Knight of Feathers with action and focus. It seems to me, even though you guys are very soft and gentle, you guys are also very driven. You're very passionate about your dreams. And obviously people are going to respect that. It's not like you're a person that steps on other people to get to where they need to go. And at the same time, it's like you still have goals. It's not like you're just lofty and floating, and it's not like you just have a gentle spirit and you're floating around doing nothing. It's like you have a very calming, gentle, loving spirit, but you also have goals. You have things you want to do, and that really inspires people, because it's like, instead of being like, oh, to get ahead, I gotta stomp on a few people. It's like you guys are like, I need to be the best version of me. I need to learn what's holding me back. I need to work through things so that way, I can keep going towards what I want to do. It's like you guys are very introspective, and people really admire that as well. And then we have the Queen of crystals once it wants to actually, show itself. But we have the Queen of Crystals here with comfort and prosperity. So, like I said, you guys bring comfort to people, definitely. This prosperity energy is really making me think of how you encourage other people to prosper. Like, you encourage them to go after their dreams, you encourage them to try new things, you make them feel safe. You're very generous with what you do. It's like the Queen of Crystals is very generous energy. You guys don't even realize how you're healing other people by just being yourselves, and sometimes you feel very uncomfortable, but you still do things, and it's like it's great for people. For sometimes, like, you definitely are good about bringing laughter to people, but not in a way where it's making fun of someone. It's more of like everyone laughing together and having a good time. It's why it's safe. And then we have the Queen of Feathers, which is perception and truth. Yep, and you guys are all about having that bigger perspective. You guys aren't judgmental. Like, your perception, like I said, this the only the full story thing. It's like, just like how no one else understands everything you've been through. It's the same. Like, you know this. You're not trying to project anything on people. And you really value the truth. You really value honesty. And that also is something that people really respect about you, is they know that it's more important to you to just tell you the truth and it be a little more harsh than to lie to you. And that's something that is very, like, admirable, because some people would rather have the lie and it be easier, but you'd rather be told the harsh truth and know what needs to be done, as opposed to having things fluffed over. Because you see how it helps better in the long run. You have the broader point of view with this. And then we have the Six of Shells with sentiment and joy. And this was like going back and gathering pieces of your soul as well. Like, you guys are able to go back into memories and find the good things and grow from those. And like I said, you guys are good about bringing some joy to people. Like, you allow people to shine, even if they're not in the same room with you. It could be over the internet. Like, you help people feel like they are shining bright no matter where they are talking to you. You help them feel important, like their existence matters. And this energy, I'm telling you, people really appreciate your energy. And then we have the Six of Acorns. You guys are getting a lot of queens and sixes. So maybe you guys have repeating sixes that you see sometimes, whether doubles, triples, quadruples. But you have Six of Acorns being, hello, being not zooming in over here, success and triumph. You guys are go-getters. And like I said, this upgrading energy you guys have is like, I'm going to be the best me I can be, is pretty much what you're doing all the time. Like, how can I better myself? That's where my success is. Like, that's where I feel my best, is when I'm improving. Like, am I someone that, I'm proud of? And that's kind of how you gauge it. Am I proud of myself? And that's why you're shocked when other people celebrate you and say they're proud of you. You're like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting anyone else to be proud of me. I was just glad I stepped out in my comfort zone. And it's pretty much what it is you keep allowing yourself to step out of your comfort zone. And then we have love with choice and trust. Like I said, you guys have very loving energy. And you choose to be gentle. and you choose to trust people because you're trusting that they're going to be honest with you. One thing though, I feel like because you guys are so compassionate and so non-judgmental, just even though you have a lot of people that really admire you, just make sure you don't leave yourself open to where people can come in and hurt you, because having this kind of open flow kind of energy and being so giving and open can leave you open to people that don't have your best interests. So make sure you're trusting your judgment, because you guys are very discerning. And this love card is the Lovers in the Tarot, and it's the number 6. You guys literally have 666 over here, which is a lot of Venusian energy, and you have Queen energy over here. This is very feminine Venusian energy. You guys just attract people to you like a magnet very easily. So definitely make sure you're trusting your intuition. Definitely can see why you guys create a very loving, safe space. You create a place of comfort. It's like Taurus type energy and Libra energy. You guys just create these type of relationships and spaces. So bottom of the deck is the moon. Like I was saying, you guys, imagination and perception, and the moon's also our intuition also. So like I was saying, you guys use your discernment. You have really great perception and intuition. So don't throw that away. Make sure you stay listening to it no matter what's going on. And you guys get sidestepping over here. Now, obviously, it would be very easy for you guys to, kind of walk away from your issues. Because, like I said, this seems like going back into a lot of dark stuff with the soul, and learning from other people how to go back to this and come out of it and love it and learn to grow from it. People realize that even though it would be a lot easier for you to just kind of go, well, it is what it is, and kind of not go back, you're choosing to use your time wisely and go back and learn to work through these things. And they really admire the fact that you're trying to do this. It like inspires them to quit sidestepping the issues and makes them want to go do it. This also, you have Do Not Give Up. That popped out. You guys are very inspirational. You really inspire people to not make excuses, to not give up on their dreams, to really go after what they want to do. If something happens that gets in the way, you're very good about talking to people and being gentle and letting them know that, literally you tell them you did the best you could. Like, you did what you could with what you had, and that's what you were supposed to do. Like, you can't take something out of nowhere and do something with it. You're very practical. It's not like you just fluff people. There's a very big difference between fluffing people and building people up, and bloviating, which is like a bunch of hot air, and actually giving advice like you do, giving very considerate, gentle advice that makes sense, that touches a core, and it really strikes a chord with people because they realize you're telling them the truth. You're not going around and just trying to make them feel better. It's like you're comforting them, but you're telling them the truth. And they really admire you for being true to yourself. Because there's definitely things you do that would scare the shit out of them if they did it. They would be scared out of their mind to try some of the stuff that you do, but you're literally doing something that makes you happy. And obviously a lot of admiration comes with that, because everyone wants to be able to do that. So if you're doing something that's even a little bit like that, it's going to get you a lot of admiration. Yep, painful truth. You guys understand that there is a lot of harsh things that need to be dealt with, and you're not gonna sit here and run from it. Like, you guys have a lot of deep red coming out with this. This is root chakra, like, big time. This is security. This is also being very grounded, very present. And the thing is, having sidestepping and painful truth, like, you know, there's no getting around the truth here, because you have that truth. You have that Queen of Swords energy here. Like, you're here for the truth. And you know there's no working around it. There's no giving up when it comes to this if you really want to get to where you're going. And you're not afraid to say it. And that's why I'm saying sometimes you guys say things, or you tell parts of your story, or you just say little things that really make people think, and it makes them want to do better. Even though that's not your goal, you're just probably talking. But it's like, that's the effect you have. That's why people respect you, is because out of nowhere, these random words of wisdom come flying out, and it's like it strikes this major chord, and they're all like, what? And you're, like I said, you guys, this use your voice is different from the last pile. Because with you guys, your voice is very gentle. You're very, like I said, you have the thing up here, you're very mindful of the ripple effects you create. And you know that what words can do. Some of you probably went through things where you have painful past memories when it comes to words and how they can tear someone down. So it's like, you want to be comforting, you want to be gentle and loving, so you can show the positive side of words, like how words can be used to build people up instead of tear them down. You want to be a source of light where people are used to there being pain. And that's because you've experienced it. You know there's no getting around it, but it's easier if there's someone there gently guiding you. And you guys definitely have this kind of energy. And then, see, trust yourself. Whoop, almost pulled my laptop off. But trust yourself always. Because, like I said, you guys have your intuition. You're doing your work. You know what's up. Don't doubt yourselves, guys. And that also goes, that trust yourself is for, like I said, you guys are very open energy. Just make sure you're trusting yourself if you feel like something's off with somebody. Put up your boundaries, because it's not mean to have boundaries. Having gentle energy like this, sometimes it can feel mean to put up boundaries, but you guys need boundaries. And we have trash. But what this is saying is, be aware of where you choose to litter your soul. And like I said, people respect that you give them time, because this is where you're actually giving precious time, because you use all of your time very productively. You have something you're doing, whether it's learning about yourself, whether it's learning more on the psychology side where you're learning how the mind works so you can work through things, whether it's helping other people. However, I feel like you guys might have a community, to be honest. Like, you either have a community of friends or a larger platform community where you guys just are, you give your time and you're very generous with it. But people realize that through you, it's not like you're just throwing your time away carelessly. It's like you're choosing where you're putting your energy, and that's a big lesson for people. It's not like you're treating your soul like trash. And plus, like, these things back here, like that feeling of excommunication and feeling like you don't belong somewhere, like you're litter. You going back and retrieving these parts of your soul and healing them really brings a lot of respect from people. because these are areas they would have tried to get away from because they're so painful, and they're seeing you walk through it like the phoenix through and being reborn out of the ashes and all this stuff. And it's like you're making it look like a very soothing walk on the beach almost, and believe me, on the inside it's not that. You know it's not that on the inside, but you're making it look like a very gentle calm wave, and they're like, huh, maybe I can do that too. But then we have collapse. Rest now so you can bloom later. You guys know the importance of rest. And like I said, you're teaching people the importance of respecting their own time too. You also know when it's time to step back from things, give space, and work more on practical things. That's something else people admire too. It's like you can be very dreamy, but you also know when to step back and do more practical things that need to get done, because you have the full spectrum like perspective going on here. You know you got to do practical stuff, but you also still give time for your creativity, which is a really beautiful balance. Like I said, there's a lot of Venusian energy here. It's very like balance oriented energy. Ooh, you guys popping out over here. And you have freedom. Come on. Fly higher than you imagined. Free fall. The wind will catch you. Yeah, like I said, you guys are teaching people to go after their dreams and to not dim themselves, because things will work out. And you're very gentle about it. It's not like you're a drill sergeant yelling in their face. You're very gentle and coaxing, and like you really help people to come around. You probably make very good therapists, to be honest, because of how gentle you are with your the way you connect. And then you have friends. Gardens are made of many beautifully unique flowers who help each other thrive. This just goes right back to you guys not being judgmental. You know everyone has a place in the garden. Everybody's there to help everybody else. So wherever people are, you're like, that's where they are. And the only thing with you guys, just please make sure that you keep boundaries, because just because you can respect where everyone is on their journey and you're not judging it, doesn't mean that people won't try to take advantage of that. You have to have discernment and boundaries when you have such open energy. Ooh, my throat. But you guys really need to, for your sake, because you already have the admiration of people, like, you need to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you have that Venusian energy where there is balance that you're creating and you're having those boundaries, because just because people respect your time doesn't mean they understand how much energy it takes for you to do something. Because like here, like how you understand, everybody is so uniquely different. It's the same way for how all of us are experience energy or interactions. We're all going to take from it differently. But that was for the fluorites over here with the rainbow, if I ever find it in the crystal over here. There we go. See rainbow? But this energy, talking about fluorite, is a very, for one, fluorite is known for helping with focus, which I found interesting that you guys literally had one of these cards that was like, you know, driven, focused energy. But it is great for focus. It's good for focus and studies. It's great for intuition, working through blockages. This particular piece has purple and green, so it's both third eye and heart. So it's working with your connection to yourself and to your intuition, as well as your relationships to others. Being very open, being very accepting. This is also being in alignment as well, because fluorite really is this very spiritual energy. It's not just practical, focused, studying type energy. It's very spiritual. It can make you be able to focus and do inner work that you need, which you guys are over here like, this is what people respect you for, is that you're very like on top of trying to learn how to do this, but at the same time you're still very calm and gentle. Like, you have a very loving presence to you, which is that green energy. It's that heart chakra energy that comes through and is a very healing and open-ended energy. Really great for expression. And you guys had a lot of blue up here, so you guys definitely are all about some expression. But that's what I'm seeing for my fluorites. So, my Rubellites. Here is you guys. You're welcome, hon. So, my Rubellite group. Let's see what people admire about you. We have child. Give yourself permission to play. This already is making me think that people really admire the fact that you're still very much connected to your inner child, and that you're very expressive about your dreams, about just seeing beauty in the world, because there's a lot of things going on right now where it's very easy to see the ugly, and you guys very much want to bring out the happiness and allow people to see the beauty that is residing still, even though things look very scary. It's like you guys are kind of like a beacon of light in that way, where you're still seeing the world through the eyes of a child, through wonder, instead of how everything is so completely messed up. And you guys have airplane with spread your wings and fly. So you definitely, there's a lot of green so far with this. This is a very open heart chakra, like very, like, accepting and loving. She even has a freaking beam shooting out of her heart chakra, and then this, hey, camera, stop it. She even has a beam shooting out of her heart chakra here. So it's definitely being very open. And then we have purse and wallet, which is pursue your true wealth. Having this coming out here is like, people also admire the fact that I feel like some of you even went after childhood dreams and you actually did it. Like, some of you probably actually did it, and people really admire the fact that you really went after what you wanted to do. You allowed yourself to explore these things. You went and tried and did the scary stuff, and then it came together, and that's definitely something people could admire. It's like you really went for it. For others of you, it's the fact that you're very giving and very open, very generous, and you're also always wanting to help others get ahead too. It's like you're not sitting here being stingy with it. You're like, hey, I'm doing good, I want you to do good. Like, you want everybody. It's like you're over here like with that abundance mentality that there's more than enough to go around for everybody. You want everyone to have a piece of the pie. And you guys have flower with pluck the weeds and plant the seeds. of your most magnificent expression. You guys are definitely something else over here. And you have animal, as my cat is yelling, wanting to come into the room. But you guys have animal, embrace your wild side. You guys are very creative and very kind, very generous. And the thing is, you want people to understand that they can have fun and go after what they want. And you actually show it through action, which instead of speaking, you're more action oriented. You will go and do something, and then people admire you because you're a go-getter. Like, and the thing is, it's not like you're expecting anything either. You're not sitting here saying I'm owed something. You're like, I'm gonna work hard for this, and I'm gonna wish for this, and I'm gonna give my all to it, and I'm just gonna see what comes out of it. And usually it's pretty good for you guys because you have that very open mindset. And this embracing your wild side over here is you guys just like, whether it's creating, whether it's exploring, because for some of you this could be travel. Definitely like traveling the world. People really admiring the fact that you're very well versed in just how much you've explored the world. Like, you've been to exotic places. Like, there's a lot here that really indicates that people admire the fact that you're very open and that you're very knowledgeable on certain things because you've just allowed yourself to explore. It's not necessarily like you could have gone to school and like had a higher education, but it's more your experiences and how you've always kept these eyes wide open, wanting to learn more, being the curious child instead of losing that and feeling like, oh, there's nothing else. It's like you guys really kept it open, and you're still open with it. Like, people really like admire it. Like, they want to be able to go around and be flighty and have fun too. And you guys have childhood home. Remember where you're from and who you really are. You guys have a lot of child energy. I feel even if things happened to you guys, you never lost your inner child. Like, you stayed connected to your inner child and brought it with you no matter what you went through. Some of you could have had nice childhoods, and that's why it was encouraged and nurtured and you were able to pursue your dreams as wild-hearted as you are. But for others of you, you were just a rebel. It's like it didn't matter. Like, no one could tie you down. Money did not mean the world to you. You were like, no, my experiences are more important than money, no matter what anyone says to me. So, in a way, like, this group could have easily been the rebellious child, and you still are. Like, you still look at the world as your oyster, and you're like, I'm still going to go after doing things that I want. And the thing is, you get up. Like, when things don't work out, having this pluck the weeds and plant the seeds, I feel like you guys, whenever something doesn't work out, it's like you look at it like tending to a garden. Well, that was more of a thing that didn't help, so I'm going to get rid of that and plant some new seeds. It's like you're going to keep trying. And that's something else people admire, is that you're a go-getter, but even if something is like happening, it doesn't go your way, it's not like you're set in this mindset where it's like, I'm a failure. It's like, I'm going to find some way to make this come to fruition. I'm going to try different avenues. I'm going to think of different things. I have to get a little creative with it, so be it. I will figure out a way. It's like you guys have that, if there's a will, there's a way mentality, but you're very open and playful with it. Like, you guys have a really great sense of humor too. Very witty, very sparky. Like, you really know how to get a conversation started, that's for sure. So, let's see. We have create from your heart. So you guys definitely, this, like I said, connected to the inner child. You guys have a very open And this creating from your heart, like I said, this is heart chakra right here with all this green. You guys come from this heart space when you're doing things. It's like a very, how can I put this? There's a lot of freedom in how you express yourself. And it's like you're not looking at it like you're going to be judged. You're looking at it to have fun. You're not like, what is so and so going to think? You're like, I'm going to have fun doing this. Like, that's pretty much what you guys are all about, is like, am I going to enjoy this or am I not? I don't want to waste my time that I have here on this planet doing things that bore the living crap out of me. It's like you guys understand that life is precious, it's meant to be lived, and you want to live it. It's like point blank. That's how you guys feel. And of course that's going to make people admire you. And then you have allow yourself to breathe. For you guys, breathing is... What the heck was that? I don't even know what that was. That was weird. But for you guys, the way you breathe is literally you breathe life. You breathe life into what you create. You breathe in life experiences. Like you're just all about like being present into what you're doing. It's like you are literally like this breath of fresh air wherever you go. It's very attractive. I feel like you guys definitely have a vibe to you that is very carefree, and it really attracts people to you. It wouldn't surprise me if you attract people that want to control you, because you're a very free-spirited person. But you're just too you're very immersed in the moment. Like you don't want to be like tied down like that. And you are deserving of love, coming out when I'm saying that. Yeah, you guys, you're not going to stop what you truly love unless you know for a fact. Like I said, you're not going to be tied down for anyone. It's going to be your choice. Also, you really make people realize that they're lovable, because you looking like a child, that's unconditional love. Like you're not sitting here trying to find a reason why there's something wrong with somebody. It's like you're teaching people they're worthy of love no matter how messy they are. You're the friend probably that people can go to when they're in the worst state, when they're bawling and feeling like, you know, their life is falling apart, and it's like they might have made some horrible decisions, but they know that you're so loving, and that you help them realize that they can heal, they can work through stuff. You know, don't give up. Like you're one of those people that are like, don't give up on yourself. You can do this. Just, you know, get back up. You can do it. It's like you have that kind of positive outlook where it's like, you know, never give up on yourself. Like and you really help people see their worth when they can't even see it themselves. And then we have, you can love all of you while releasing your pain. And another card fell out with it that's still like this. So I'm gonna talk while this one sits over here. But having, you're deserving of love, and you can love all of you while releasing your pain. This is what I was saying. When people are going through very harsh things, you guys are so open to looking at people with such loving eyes that it helps them learn to love and let go of the pain and shame that they have. Because when they come to you, there's this safety. They know that what they say... Hi, hun. But this is letting them know that they can be loved just purely because of how you treat them. Like you treating them with kindness is teaching them to treat themselves with kindness. And it's like a big circle of learning with you. And then, yeah, you guys have only you know your full story. So this coming out with, you guys are really Like, you guys aren't gonna sit there and put someone down about where they are. And that's something that people really, it's almost like it's more than admire. It's almost like they flat out love you for this. It's like, it's not just admiration, like they love you because of how you are. And you don't really see this as anything special because this is just how you are. You don't realize what you're doing for people by literally just being yourself and saying that they're fine, messy, good, whatever it is. Like, they're good however they are, however they come. This is completely fine. You guys definitely, you teach people how to tend to their own gardens with more love. And you guys are all about really, this be still, the answers are coming. This is really all about you guys letting people know that it's okay. Like, this allow yourself to breathe. This is kind of the same energy here. It's like, even though you guys are very carefree and you're very all about life experiences, you're not going to just leave people. Like, you're actually like very dependable. You know how to sit there and be there for someone that you really care about and help them through tough times. You're not just gonna up and bolt and be like, oh, this isn't fun. Like, that's not at all what this is saying. Because I know there was a lot of that very happy, high vibe energy, but that doesn't mean you're just gonna run off on people. People literally love you. This is more than admiration. They love the fact that you help ground them, you help bring them back to themselves when they feel like they're a huge mess. They love the fact that you always create from this very sweet open space and that you understand from this space. They admire the hell out of the fact that you go after what you want too, because some of them feel very stuck. And they look to you kind of like a beacon, like, I know I can go after what I want because that I have someone in my life that's doing it. It's like you're an inspiration. And then you have, you deserve happiness. Yeah, you guys definitely, and the thing is with that card having the little, I forget what they're called, but these little, these things, are they spinning wheels? I can't remember what they're called. The wind wheels, something, they're called something, I can't remember. But the little fluttering toys in the wind thing. That really symbolizes childhood to me. Like, just having those little toys with the wind blowing through them, and you guys having this very airy quality to you is really showing people that it's okay to be happy, because some people honestly don't believe that. You guys have this kind of aura to you where it's like, express yourself, be happy, it's a good thing. Like, you shouldn't be scared of being happy. And it's like, you guys bring a light where a lot of people feel like they're very undeserving of love, they're very undeserving of happiness. It's like, just being around you really helps them realize that they should be proud of this with themselves, because I mean, you're open with it, you're going out and doing it, and you're showing that it's a great thing. This is the last one, hun, because I've been on for over 5 hours now. So this is the last one, then I'm going to be getting off. Well, you guys got back to back. Over here, you have Awakening. Come here. Show. Please. Being rude and show the pictures. But we have Awakening and the Empress. So there's renewal, enlightenment, beauty, and abundance. Yeah, it's a long time. But having both of these popping out together is like I said, you guys never really became disconnected from your inner child, and this really pretty much sped up your awakening process. You like woke up pretty fast. This right here with the Empress, with this beauty and abundance energy, this is pretty much like you guys spreading your wings, doing your thing, and really enjoying life. Like literally, like I said, you guys see the beauty in life where other people really just have a hard time like seeing that there's any good in the day. So let's see. We got the 5 of shells here with hope and replenishment. So, oh, no, it's not replenishment. That's readjustment. So, first I'm going to talk about that, then I'm going to talk about what came out there. But, ooh, didn't mean to smack that. Sorry, guys. So this hope and readjustment over here, like I said, you guys really bring in this kind of like hope to people that feel like they're very lost. Just by being yourselves, you help them to learn how to readjust their point of view, basically, just because of how you view through your lens, so to speak. It's almost like you're showing how to do this. You guys also help people to unlearn bad things when it comes to money, because like I said, you guys really worked on the feeling that money isn't everything in life and you can't put a value on experiences. It's like being around you, you're teaching people that this mindset needs adjustment. You're pretty much showing them that your love and your worth and all this stuff is not dependent on money. Like, you're one of those that really talks about that a lot. And seeing the beauty where money isn't concerned. And then we have the moon coming out also once it decides. But this right here is imagination and perception. Once again, some more imagination with you guys. You definitely are able to see the world in its own light over here. Your perception, especially when it comes to the importance of money, is very against the grain. That's why you have this point of view that a lot of people really admire and that they love you for, because it's like you can bring in this other point of view that literally opens their eyes, like quite literally, especially if they had like a lot of pain growing up and a lot of things placed on them. It's almost like you teach them that through just watching you and talking to you, that there's a different way to do things. And then we have the shadow. You guys got a lot of major arcana. We have the shadow with self-empowerment and ambition. You guys are really, with how connected you are, you hold a lot of power, but you don't walk around throwing it everywhere. You're just going about your day and being in your energy and going after what you love and doing what you love, creating from your heart. Like, you're really in this beautiful space, and then you open your space for other people and show them, hey, you can do the same thing. Like, you have a lot of like empowerment you've given to yourself from being able to either have a childhood that nurtured this, or you had that really rebellious spirit as a child that made it to where you never let go of that inner child no matter what happened to you. And then you guys, I'm telling you, you have the sun too, this group. We have vitality and joy. I mean, this I'm saying you guys are still connected to your inner child, and you get the sun, which is like this very childlike, happy, joyful energy. Like, literally, you have one thing here that isn't a major arcana. You guys are like some kind of in tune over here. And then we have the Nine of Feathers, which is perspective and self-empowerment. Again, literally, after we have self-empowerment, seriously, you guys, the way you are, like, you empower other people the exact same way you empower yourselves, and you don't even realize you're doing it. You're just kind of, you're doing the most over here. I mean, you're like a walking ray of sunshine that people really need, and you just come out of nowhere with these different perspectives sometimes that really blow people away, especially people that don't know you on this deeper level and they think you're very surface. There's a lot of people that might think that you're very immature and everything, but the people that know you know that that's you just go about doing your thing, but you are there, and you're a very stable person and someone that people will want in their life because you will always be there. And like, you're very stable with how all this is. You know when there's adjustments that need to be made. You are able to use your imagination and see the beauty in things and find joy in whatever you're doing. But you also constantly are gaining wisdom and new perspectives because you're taking ventures, you're doing things that are really out of the box. And then we have here, no, come on. We have the Ace of Shells that does not want to focus, but we have the Ace of Shells here with happiness and abundance. Just a whole bunch of happiness with this group. You guys, seriously, you can be like a literal walking ray of sunshine for people. This is why the people that are having like a hard time, it's like they know they can depend on you to help them. You just have to be careful though that you have boundaries so it doesn't become codependency, because you guys have some very beautiful energy. Trust yourself always. So like I was saying, guys, listen to yourself. When you know something is really overwhelming for you, like, it's not a mean thing to put up boundaries. There are some things when people are too dependent on what you can do for them that it becomes very unhealthy for them because they don't learn on their own. So make sure that you're creating boundaries not just for yourself, but it also helps other people. But you really need to do it for yourself. We have be vulnerable. Yeah, people really feel like they can just be themselves. They can be completely authentic with you. They can be vulnerable. They can be a mess. They really trust you a lot. And has this card come out in every single reading? I swear. But this is the way you guys are with how true you are to yourselves. You show people how to love themselves by how you treat yourself. So that's why I'm saying, if you guys create boundaries because things are too overwhelming, this is definitely what teaches them as well. People learn through your example. Woo, look at you guys. Express your sensuality. Some of you definitely have some looks that turn heads for one with that. But this is also you guys being able to create, because sensuality is the sacral chakra, and that's a major core of our expression and our creativity. And that's also this has both the sacral colors as well as the solar plexus, and solar plexus is our inner child energy. It's our confidence in that area. When you can express yourself this way and you can be bold and go after what you want, you can explore and want to understand the world, it's like this boldness and this enthusiasm, especially with having an open sense of wonderment over here and not being confined by societal standards, because I feel like this group honestly does not care about societal standards from what's been coming up here. You guys go and do what makes you happy, and you expressing yourself really makes people look up to you and wish that they could do the same thing. It's like it really makes them happy to see you do it, and in turn it makes them happy, makes them want to try it. So you guys definitely are kind of leading the way here and showing people how to have fun and do things instead of like really being overcritical and judging themselves. And you definitely are always on people about not settling. It's like, you're pretty much like, hey, do you see me over here giving up on my dreams and saying that I'm just going to be going over here and like working at McDonald's the rest of my life? No, you don't see that. Even if I have to do it for a couple years to save up some money, I'm still going to go after what I want. It's like you're trying to get people to understand that just because money is a currency, it doesn't mean that it's your life. And money isn't worth your life and your happiness. Like, you guys are really big on not selling and lowering the standards for happiness here. Like, you guys wanted to be full blown, have happiness. There is no other way to go other than having your happiness and being true to your happiness. Like, you guys are big advocates for this thing. Like, your wild side comes out with this, like the don't settle. There's no settling. And then we have open yourself to the signs. Trust yourself, guys. You have this trust yourself and then opening yourself to the signs. If you're not sure if you should be putting up boundaries, more than likely you already know where you need them. You just need to kind of open yourself up to the fact that you need to start doing it. For others of you, you are one of these people that kind of come in like a random beacon of light, and you really shine light on things that need to get done. You literally are a walking billboard of a sign. Like, you make people open up, like this flower thing, you make people bloom, and it's like they don't even realize they were wilting. It's like you're literally like this wake-up call that kind of comes into people's lives sometimes. And oh my gosh, I've been telling you guys the whole time with boundaries, only weeds can grow where there is no breathing room. And allow yourself to breathe this down here with this. This is just that confirmation telling you guys boundaries are very important. You can't give from a place that literally has nowhere to grow anything. Like, this even says over here to pluck weeds, guys. You guys are getting told multiple times, like, over with this card, just to listen to the fact that some of you definitely need boundaries. And then we have affection. Allow yourself to be vulnerable and gentle, like a warm kiss from the sun. You guys have the sun card down there, literally. You have the sun card. You have this vulnerable card, be vulnerable, literally over here, and gentle. Like, you guys are this. You're affectionate, gentle people. And you are very loving and caring. And like I said, for some of you, you're a ray of sunshine to people. You come in, you give warmth, you help people open up, where there has been like this feeling of being very like drawn down and like they can't come out of it. That's why I'm saying it's important for you guys to have boundaries. You don't want people to get codependent on that. And you have forgive, with even the sun causes flowers to wilt. Once again, a sun card. Come here. Come back to where you were. Zoom. Do it. Okay. Even the sun causes flowers to wilt, so be more kind to yourself. You guys are all about, for one, this never settle thing over here, telling people not to settle and give up on their dreams. But you're really about telling people to forgive themselves for these things that have happened, that they're very harsh on themselves. Like, they don't deserve love. You're really about trying to teach people forgiveness and love for themselves and kindness for the self, because you know how important it is. But like I keep telling you guys, this boundaries thing, you guys need to be careful with boundaries. And if some of you guys are already in this thing where you know people are codependent, just because that's happening doesn't mean you can't start putting up boundaries, because these people love you, and if you need boundaries, they're going to respect the boundaries. But you just have to start saying something. And then we have change. Every season soon comes to an end for another to begin. You guys know that life flows, it ebbs and flows, and you guys have learned to go with that. You guys also understand pretty much, like, even though you have your inner child connected to you, you have that wisdom. Like I said, you guys have so many major arcana in your thing, even though they're kind of covered by this, but you guys have the sun, the moon, the empress, this awakening energy, like the awakening, your shadow. Like, you had all these different things in there where you understand each of these. Which is why you guys understand that just because things come to an end, it doesn't mean that your worth is any less. And that's something you guys try to help people understand. Like, certain relationships and certain opportunities, and there's just certain things that happen where this is a part of life, and you guys are very wise in that sense. Like I said, you guys are very dependable and very wise, even though you have a childlike essence to you, to the outside world. Like, the people that really know you have this depth to you, and you help in this way. And you're very inspirational for having both sides. Like, you have the spectrum of everything over here, and it really confuses some people, but other people really cling to you, which is why these boundaries are so important for you guys. But you understand that cycles ending mean new cycles beginning, and you guys actually, with that awakening, that is the world. So that's the same thing. It's kind of showing you the same. You guys had a lot of confirmation coming back and forth in your cards, but that is what I'm seeing for my Rubellites. This was you guys. And Rubellite itself has sorry for my, hoping that didn't mess up my computer. But Rubellite is good for understanding and opening the heart, knowing and acceptance of universal love, which literally, like I was talking about the whole time with you guys, has, like, you guys are still very much connected to your inner child, so it's like, it's very easy for you guys to kind of go about this energy. It is really good about balancing aggression or being too passive. Like, I was telling you guys, you're very gentle, but you're not pushovers. You guys go after what you want, but you don't steamroll people. And also, this energy is a lot about stamina, having like high energy, very much like how I said with the go-getter kind of thing. But that is what I'm seeing for you guys. I'm gonna end here because it's been about over 5.5 hours. I'm exhausted. But like I said, for the giveaway, if you're interested in the giveaway, you get my Inner Child Healing Oracle, as well as this bundle right here with the Rose Quartz, Howlite, Desert Rose, Angel Aura Quartz, Shiva Shell, Heart, and Palo Santos. All from just subscribing to me and putting a little gem on a comment of your favorite video on my YouTube. That's all you gotta do and you're entered in the contest. If you're following me on here and you chatted, you get an extra entry. But I just need to have you on my YouTube and comment so I know you're actually in the contest. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. You guys have a great night or day, where whatever time it is where you guys are. It's around 7:30 here. So I will see you guys soon. I will be back on Monday with the astrology. I'm going to be going over the new moon in Taurus, as well as some other transits that are happening, and plus the astro dice. So I will see you guys on Wednesday, and if you missed any of the videos today or just want to watch them separate with timestamps for the crystals, the videos will be up on YouTube tomorrow. So you guys have a great night, day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are, and I'll see you soon.